you doing?
Yeah,
We're here with Jakey, and we have some papers here. We added up all of our expenses as from the time we left the house up until the point of our last video, which was Seward and Moose Pass, Alaska.
Yeah, and we added it up, and we went from our house here in Montrose, Pennsylvania, to the Canadian border. And gas, we spent $1,436.25. That's to the Canadian border. And then we, for the food, we spent $26.98. We stopped at the gas station a couple times, grabbed some snacks.
And we were fully stocked when we left the house. The camper was fully stocked with groceries. So
yeah, actually probably too much. Things that we didn't use, and
so we were eating in the camper most of the time from the time we left the house up until that point.
Miscellaneous up to the Canadian border, we have $28, and that was I think it was sunglasses, a t-shirt, and Jakey got a little blanket to lay on.
Yeah, patches, things like that.
Yep. And all the camping was free. We didn't pay for no...
What we actually did when we left the house, all the way from the time we left our house in Pennsylvania all the way up to Montana, and then when we crossed over the border from Montana, we stayed at all real nice Pilot travel plazas and the Love's travel plazas, and real nice. They have nice sections for the RVs, and some of them actually had some hookups, but we didn't use them.
Yeah, the Loves, they have some that have hookups and stuff.
And they're all well lit and very nice areas. So we actually, all the way from Pennsylvania out into the point where we got to the border of Canada, we had stayed in all these different travel plazas.
And what was nice with the truck camper, we were small enough that we could stay in places like in front where the truckers couldn't go. So we went and we made sure that we didn't take up one of their spots.
Yeah, very nice.
So then we... from the Canadian border to the Alaskan border, mind you, when we left in middle of May, and gas wasn't, just started going up then. And when we were going out west, it wasn't bad. We didn't get very good gas mileage. Mind you, our truck only had 20 miles on it when we left. And so... the wind was blowing hard, and I don't know the ethanol they put in it or what, but we weren't getting very good gas mileage.
Well, probably the state where we got the worst gas mileage was South Dakota, and then sometimes it would, in other areas, it would pick up a little bit.
Yeah, but so from the Canadian border to the Alaskan border, and Canadian gas is by the liter, and we got hit pretty hard there. It was $2,040.57. And to this point, to the Canadian border, I just paid cash for everything, and I never used a credit card for gas. And when we got to the Canadian border, that's when I started using the credit card, because they charge the credit card charges a little bit of fee to switch it over to America, but it was just worked out so much better. I got to be a real pro swiping that card. I swiped it from then to the end of the trip, and got to be about wore that thing out. So then for food was $96.91.
Basically, it was just things we were picking up while we're in the area of the travel plazas, picking things up like that.
Yeah, some hamburgers and stuff. Miscellaneous was $43.13, and campgrounds was $112.17. And we stayed a lot of
they're called provincial parks in Canada. They're beautiful campgrounds, and most of them were like $20 Canadian money, which
was $15.62
in American money. And they were all beautiful. Lots of spots near lakes and rivers, and
in the Yukon. In the Yukon, they give you free firewood also.
Yeah, they were real. The provincial campgrounds were real nice.
And so, I mean, it was. There was other places that we could have stayed, but they were so nice that we opted up paying the $15 and went that route.
Just to give you an idea, the area we live in, average night stay at a campground is between $55 and $60 a night.
Yeah.
So we were like amazed that we could stay at these beautiful places, and they're only like $15 American money a night, $15.62. Yeah. So it was, we were pretty amazed.
Yeah, we're quite pleased with that. So we didn't mind that.
So anyway, after we got out of Canada and we got into Alaska, the next part would be up into Seward and Moose Pass, Alaska, and
yeah,
that would be the point where we tallied our expenses up to that point.
Yeah, and it was $734.01, and the food was $184.94, and we really didn't eat out that much to this point.
Yeah, most of the time we were just stocking up on groceries and eating stuff we had in the camper, burgers, stuff like that.
And cooked out. We have that little grill that went on the outside of our truck camper that we grilled out quite a bit.
It's a little marina grill. It's pretty nice. They use them for boats. It's nice. And
miscellaneous was $196. That was t-shirts, patches. And you have a list there of different things.
Magnets,
magnets. We did, and that's including the car wash and
just
laundry.
to give you an idea, the miscellaneous, we also did a couple other things we included in that. When we were at the Banff National Park in near Jasper in Canada, we had to actually buy something. It was called the Denali National Park Pass.
Not Denali, it was the Banff.
The Banff National Park Pass. So we had to actually buy a Banff National Park Pass, which is $16.
To go through there, just to go through.
Just to drive through. So that was $16 American money. And then also when we were staying at Denali, we did buy the Denali Park Bus Pass, $60.
Yeah, that was
that was for while we were at Denali, we got to ride the bus for the days we were there, and that cost $60.
And I think we had a sewer dump in there. That was $20.
$20, and then also when we had our rugs, when we had to wash our rugs when they got soaked, that was $12 for the laundry. And our first car wash, which was on the way to Seward, that was $40.
Yeah, in the video I said 35, but Heather, she had a book that she wrote everything down.
I had a journal when we left, so every time we stopped anywhere, I would write everything we were spending. I would write it all down in my little journal.
And what went on that day and everything,
so
the
it's
people
really
we
nice.
met. And,
everything in my journal, I have everything written down, people, the places we went, real nice.
So, and we, so a grand total for the whole trip to Seward, from our house to Seward, it was about halfway. It was right around close to 7,000 miles, not quite, but almost. And at that point, we spent $4,210.83 on gas. Food was $308.83. Miscellaneous was $267.13. Camping and campgrounds and stuff was that included Denali when we stayed there for 3 days.
It wasn't bad. Denali, the 3 days we were
there,
$100. It was $107.95.
Yeah, well, $7 because we changed our plans.
That really wasn't bad for 3 days.
No, but that was $260.12. We're on the road for 21 days, and that sounds a lot, but it averaged out to be $12.29 a night, which I don't think is that bad. We could have made it lower. We could have stayed.
From when we left from our house up to the Canada border was actually all free because we stayed at all the travel plazas. So. And
I mean, we didn't mind that because we were just traveling, and but $12.29 was per night for the 21 nights. That 21 days that we were gone to that point. And the total cost up to that point to Seward was $5,064.91. And we had some propane I don't know if we had it. We filled up once with propane. It was $23, but you can do. I mean, we didn't eat out a lot. We don't even eat a lot out around.
Well, I'll tell you who ate a lot is our truck ate a lot. We called him Big Jake.
Big Jake. Well,
He was eating more than his share. Let me tell you.
Yeah. It was a 22 F350. He had the 7.3, but he didn't have no lack of power. I mean, it didn't matter what the hills.
So we were stopping at the gas stations a lot.
But well, I mean, the gas. We wrote down the price of the gas and stuff. When we end up doing the last video of the grand total,
We're letting you know the most expensive gas per gallon that we paid.
yeah, I believe that might be Pudo Bay, but we'll add it up on how much gas and mileage because I'm trying to think, we wrote down all the gas that we used, how many gallons, so figure out how many miles the gallon or how many gallons per mile we got.
Yeah, every time we stopped in my little journal, I would make a note of how much the gas was at the station we were filling up at.
And how many gallons we got.
And we filled up at every gas station. When we were in Alaska, we didn't pass any by.
Yeah, we had 10 gallons with us, and
Thankfully, we didn't have to use
we
it.
didn't. We pushed it a couple times because the gas was. I mean, it was peaking when we were going through there on our travel, and I think there was 2 times when we were going through Banff to Jasper, up and around there. We were down to 23 miles, and before we ran out, but we had 10 gallons with us.
But
And
when
then,
you're in Alaska, you're better stop at all the gas stations that you see. Because
You see it,
sometimes you
get
can
it.
go for hours before you see any.
yeah, especially we didn't have no trouble with tires or nothing. We are really blessed in that. No cracked windshields or nothing. So we just wanted to give you an update of, to this point, what we spent.
From our house in Pennsylvania to we're up to Seward, Alaska.
So, but
And then we had the final grand total at the very end.
so hope all is doing well with you, and
We'll see you soon in the next video.
have a good one.
See ya.